Hello everyone, new week from Italy. I just went out so I can take a nice little walk. I've been working up until now. I did like a 4-hour work session, maybe not that much, but still. I start to feel a little bit fried, so I just said, alright, fuck it, let me just go for a nice little walk outside. This is the beautiful thing of living in the nature, that you go outside and it's fucking silent. Like, listen. Like, wow. And there is also such a beautiful sky, not gonna lie. You can't see it from here, but this is a really nice sky. Anyway, I also took out the camera so I can make the intro for the video. I think this is day 400 and something. First video of the new year of 2026. Already thought about some things. Already thought about how I can get better. Because one big realization I had this year is that in 2025, I feel like I haven't gone on much trips. Like I haven't experienced enough. I haven't changed my perspective enough. I feel like it went by too fast and I didn't do much. Maybe it's just a feeling. Compared to 2024, it's the truth. And it's not necessarily bad, but it's just how I feel and I like to change this. So I thought how I can change this and I will change this. That said, one thing I want to do better from now on is making a little bit of an intro. So in these videos, I just document my journey, talk about what I do, share my lows, my highs, lots of lows, of course, but also some highs. And I'm still a real beginner, to be honest, even though I've been doing not business, but let's say content creation for 3 years. I'm still such a fucking beginner and it takes me a long time to get things. But definitely in the last year, I've improved a lot. So that's really a good thing. But I feel like I could be quicker. I could be better, quicker. Yeah. In these videos, I just document everything. Last video was really depressing, honestly. It was really shit. I thought about if I should upload it or not, but at the end of the day, I just uploaded it because it was just the reality of how I felt in that moment. Now it's gone, to be honest. I feel good. I don't have bad thoughts anymore. I don't feel sad that much. I know what I need to do and I know what I want to do. So I just operate on it, and all the rest is on the side right now. Like, it can happen, but it doesn't matter. Let's get into this. I'm gonna go record all the part about business right now. Happy New Year, and now let's get into it. There is a little something that I wanted to show you. This is one of 4 boxes that contains the mouth tapes. So the first store I actually not had, but the first store that actually brought me results is the one of mouth tapes in Italy. And we had to call it an ad. I think I already spoke about this in a video. I have basically 4 packages of these at home right now. Not really doing anything with them, but I guess it's part of the game. I just wanted to see them because I haven't seen them yet. And look at this, with some spiders inside, and then all the rest. And on the back of each, there is also my full name. Some dumb shit I did on the company setup inside at the beginning. I had like a sole proprietorship. This one, it basically means that I didn't have a real company. It was just me. Look at this. And this is just one package of 4. Part of the game, I guess. Hopefully it doesn't happen again. Anyway, mouth tapes on the side. Let's get to the important stuff. Here we go. All right, first update is that I decided to start to write down and do reflections every single week. So every Friday, I'm going to sit down and write things on my journal. The 3 main questions that I've wrote down, for example, for this week, I don't know if it's going to be the same or it's going to change. What did I do to move the needle? What did I get better at? And how did I feel? So 3 simple questions. For context, what I work on every single day is Exchange Life. This jewelry brand right here, one of the biggest, probably the biggest travel jewelry brand in the US actually. And then I'm starting another brand, which is actually the main brand that I want to work on. Studying lots of the market, studying lots of things. You can watch the previous videos to get an update on that. The reason why I think writing down and do reflections every single week is because it helps you to actually realize if you're actually going in a direction you want to go, and if you're doing the things that allow you to get there. So one thing that I wrote down on my journal last year was that to reach a goal, it's like you want to have clear in mind, what are you gonna do today? What are you gonna do tomorrow? And what's like the main direction? What's the main direction? What do you want to reach? I've not said this myself. I've heard it from other people, big scaler people. I'm applying this and I want to make sure that every week I reflect if I'm actually going in the right direction. And then every 2 weeks, I'm going to make a YouTube video about the 2 weeks reflection at the end of the day. So 1 week of reflection and then another week of reflection and then YouTube video that compacts the 2 with also some videos of like life or whatever is going on in the moment. Keep it real, keep it as real as possible. Again, because that's my goal. My goal is not to show that everything is perfect, because it's not. You can see it from last YouTube video. It's to show that it's mainly shit, but it's also fun. I was watching actually a YouTube video of Jack Ma, the founder of Alibaba, and he said that he misses the time when he was in his little apartment working. It might be something that you say, oh yeah, you say it just for the sake of saying it, but if Jack Ma says it, and if lots of other people actually says it, the process is really the fun part, then let's not make the mistake of not having fun during the process. That's something I don't want to really miss on. I don't want to make this mistake, because I've seen lots of people have done it. So if I can learn from their mistakes, it's good, right? Let's try. Let's take it from there. Now, not gonna lie, this location is not really the best, but we'll make it work. We don't really mind. In the real trenches, I'm back in Italy right now at my parents' house, and I'm just staying there for January probably. And then February and March, I'm probably going to Cape Town without the problem. But right now, let's get into the video. Business stuff. To the first question, what did I do these past 2 weeks in this case to move the needle? For the new brand, which for now we will call Glow. Let's call it Glow. It's similar to the original name. Yeah, just to give it a name, Glow. What I did for Glow to move the needle is that I started to watch the Evolve course. I already spoke about this in another clip. I think it's gonna be later, but it's really useful to like build the knowledge and really understand how to market. So what I'm doing right now is building this kind of big document of all the knowledge, all the things that are around my market, are around my target audience, around the people that will buy this product, just really getting a deep understanding of the potential customers. Because what I did so far from October, November, December, I was just making videos. Yes, sometimes I went deep on one audience, on one avatar, but I still didn't have like much of an understanding of the product that I'm selling. I'm not saying right now I do, but I'm getting closer to it. So with more and more research, I'm getting closer to this actual understanding and how to communicate it as well. Because you can do all the research of the world, but if you then don't manage to communicate it, to apply it, doesn't really matter, right? And I'm saying this as someone who used to do lots of research and then didn't really apply it. This is something I want to get better at and improve from there. And I think it's one of the big things that can move the needle, because if I study the audience, the customer, then I'm able to make way better videos than before. This is one of the big things that I think is really important. And again, it's not me, it's more of like a course of marketers. So it's the deep knowledge that I need to have. This is kind of it for Glow. Going with Exchange Live, what I wrote down is that what I did to move the needle right now is onboarding new creators for a new program that we are doing. We're really trying to have the organic actually going way more, because right now it's going. It's also generating more revenue than before, but it's still not profitable by itself. So it is profitable in the general scheme of things, but it's not profitable by itself. So really want to lean into this. What I wrote down into details is that I onboarded 2 new creators for the viral team, let's call it like this. And then 1 new creator, which is kind of for the viral team, but it's more advanced because she has like 200K followers on TikTok. And I think we managed to close a pretty good deal, and we see how it does. I think it's gonna do really well. But of course it's gonna cost more, so let's see if it's worth it. I already fucked up a couple of times, so let's try not to fuck up the third time. Another thing I'm doing that I think is going to move the needle a lot is finding new editors. Always for Exchange Live, of course. We have like a team of 6 editors right now, but I think we can find way better ones. So I've onboarded like 6 new editors, but 1 is already kicked. So let's see which of these 5 that remains are actually good and will remain long term and will become really, really good. Last but not least, I made iterations on videos that performed pretty well on ads, but can do even better because there is lots of room for improvements. So this is also one of the high leverage things I think it's good to do, and I should do it every day. I'm not necessarily doing it every day right now, but I should dedicate as like 30 minutes to it every day. I just need to get better at it and do it. For the second question, what did I get better at? For Glow, I got better at understanding my customer. I've already said this, there is not really much to say more about this. For Exchange Live, I'm getting quicker at things. I could get way quicker, but I feel like I'm getting quicker at things. So if there is something to do, I just do it on the moment, on the spot. At least I move a step forward and then maybe I leave it out and get back to it the next day. I feel like I'm still slacking on this, to be honest, because I push off the thing, not because the thing is hard to make. This is really something I need to get better at, that I already know I need to get better at, and I feel like I'm getting better at, but I'm still not at the level that I want to be at, if it makes sense. One other thing that I got better is like outreach messages, because I was outreaching kind of lots of creators, not a lot, but I'm doing outreach myself right now, really understanding what works and what doesn't for the viral team creators, and just writing email, Instagram. These are the main two I'm writing on. And right now I'm doing it myself to really understand what's the best way to go about this. And I feel like I'm definitely getting better because I've tried like different outreach messages. I even tried to give value in some of the outreach messages and got more replies, for example. So I know that that can be a way of doing it. So it's all learnings, and then you apply all the learnings, of course. Last but not least, how did I feel? Well, to be honest, these past 2 weeks have been mostly vacation. Like I've worked, but I haven't worked as usual. So workout routine is kind of fucked up. I've been training here. There is like a pull-up bar. So I can work out here, pull-ups, push-ups, but I haven't gone to the gym in probably 2 weeks, almost 3 weeks. So it's been lots of family celebrations, lots of going around. We went also celebrating the new year at our sea house. Really nice, to be honest. We went on a hike. It was sick. Like, I'm not gonna say this is bad because it was insane. I loved it. I'm really grateful being able to do so, but it's also time to put your head down and work. If there is one way I would make it different in 2026 for this Christmas of 2026, if you want to think ahead, is actually going back home maybe the day before or 2 days before Christmas and not like the week before. That's something I would change, but for the rest it was perfect. It was really nice. Thinking also about how was the last video, I still thought about the girl for like the past week. The past week was still shit. This week was okay. I think next week is gonna be all fine. Part of the game again. I feel like I made a huge mistake there, which is taking it too seriously from the beginning and being too much into it. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't. Like, I don't have an answer on this. I'm not the perfect person to talk about this. Like, I made my learnings. I know what I'm gonna do different the next time I'm gonna get into a relationship, and I know more what I want. It's all learnings and it's all good at the end of the day. Like, it happened for a reason and it's fine like this. Let's close this, even though it's probably good to also talk about this, because at the end of the day, like, it's part of the daily life. Like, it impacts you at the end of the day. You can also not make it impact you. I feel like it's really hard, definitely. But yeah, again, like, I'm young, learning. This was a big learning for me. So it's really good that happened while I'm at this age. To close, I did some interesting learnings, I've had some interesting thoughts about exit strategies. So I watched this podcast of Ryan, I can't pronounce his surname, but it's like the founder of Jolly, this shower filter brand. He said one thing that I've never really heard from anyone else, which is you have to think about the exit strategy before even starting it or even getting into it. So I thought a bit more about it, and the way I see it right now is that I want to build a brand that brings to a $100 million exit, which doesn't mean $100 million in revenue, because I feel like that's going to be really hard, but a $100 million exit. So did some research with ChatGPT. I'm not sure if it's correct, to be honest. Like, I can't really say it, but let's say roughly I have to bring a brand to $50 million a year. And I think it's possible. It's going to be really hard because $50 million a year is $4.2 million a month, which is like 140K a day, which is not necessarily the easiest thing to achieve, but it's possible. The product is there, the market is there. I just need to get into it. Like, it's a skill issue. So I need to learn and I need to get better at it. I feel like it's, that's just my exit strategy. And now I also have more of a reason of being happy to have moved. This is kind of it for this week's update. 2 weeks updates actually. We are gonna get now into the daily life clips, even though there are not that many, because these past few weeks, again, I've been more celebrating with my family, just being with them, being present, and not really recording much. So, gonna get better. See you in 2 weeks. Thanks a lot for watching. Thanks a lot for listening. Hope you have a really great start of the year and that the year can go the best way possible. Again, thanks a lot. See you next week. I thought a little bit about which direction should I give to YouTube, and I think I'm getting there, even though I don't know how to communicate this in an original way. So that's something I still need to figure out, but I am getting there. I don't really want to do it like other people have done it. I don't want to copy like that, but also I have no idea how to make it in an original way. So I need to think about it. Yesterday was Christmas, had a great time, but now, as we always say, let's get back to work. I really want to, actually. I want to work. I have a shit ton of things to do, shit ton of things to improve on. I know what do I need to do. Just need to get shit done. I swear you have no idea how much better I feel when I take a cold shower. Like, I just took my first cold shower in a while in a cold environment, because I say the cold plunges in Bali don't really count. Like, they are tough, but they are in a hot environment. The really tough shit is when outside is cold and then you go in your bathroom and you put fucking cold shower. I think that's way worse, at least for me. And today I took like it was not even 30 seconds, it was like 20 seconds, things like this, under cold, really, really cold shower. And it was great. Like, I feel way, way better. And it made me remind me of when I was like 18, 17, 18. I was taking fucking 3 minutes cold showers, or like 2 minutes cold showers every day. It kind of makes me understand how much of a pussy I'm becoming, how much comfortable I'm getting. So, and this is not the only thing I'm getting comfortable with. So I really need to, I think, put some positive pressure, some positive toughness. Like, it's not really tough, but still, it's not easy to do. So, not being fucking average like everyone, but being better. Do you want to be like everyone else? That's up to you. There's nothing wrong with that. I think it's cool as well. Like, it's cool in its own way. But in my case, I want to try to be better, not than everyone else, but than me. So I want to be better than myself. Makes me really feel good. Take a cold shower. December 31st, 1 a.m. So it's not even December 31st. I just finished working. Now I'm going to sleep. Today, what I did is really a big deep down into the new brand's customer research. So I'm watching a course that explains really deep what to do and how to go about it. I'm realizing that I actually used to do these things in the past, but my problem is that then after I had like these big documents of things, I wouldn't use them. So what I need to make sure this time is that I actually use this document, but I know I will, because this is more of a project. So it's something that I'm actually going to use, like, for real, when I make organic videos, when I make ads, whatever. I'm just going to use this deep document that really goes down and dive deep into everything. It's good to have and it's good to follow, so I don't have just to make it and not follow it. Tomorrow we go to the sea with the family. I'm gonna do the New Year's Eve there and then going back here. I really enjoyed these past 2 days of just full work. Like, I've worked, I don't know, 10, 11 hours per day, catched up with a lot of things for Exchange Live. Yesterday I worked literally 11 hours on Exchange Live. Today I worked more on the new brand. I still have some emotional drawback in my mind, in my heart, whatever, but it's not as strong as it was before. And actually, if I rewatch back at the video that I did last week, it's pretty depressing. So let's make sure that this week it's good. But yes, guys, good night. Fucking gold, like, so gold, man. Shall I be family friendly in these videos? I'm not really sure.